And he's been in the thick of the battle too, Richard Lyons. So this will be a full-blown fight to the finish. Whincup leads them down. Will Davison behind them. Greg Murphy is third as they come down to turns 1, 2 and 3. Maximum attack out of car 88. Trading post Falcon tucks in behind him. There's Murphy third. Winterbottom looking good. Rick Kelly. Then James Courtney. Garth Tander's behind him. Winterbottom already goes on the inside. He's been attacking the last laps. Murphy gives him a tap. They go up the back straight. Side by side, up towards the back chicane. Incredible speed, amazing racing. Who's going to blink? Winterbottom just lets Murph slide through. Could have been a catastrophe.
Oh, and Murphy only barely skated out the other side now. Winterbottom comes back side by side to 11. He's going to run him together. And Frosty locks the front right, drops another couple of car lengths. But seriously.
Contact 2 behind them between James Courtney and Rick Kelly.
You had a better pace than him before.
Patience is the key, but aggression's been the key for Greg Murphy. His co-driver did it in the opening laps of this race, and now Murph, who's in a purple patch at the moment, as Mika Salo and Richard Lyons look on out of Ford Performance Racing over to the Pepsi Max crew. They're nervous as well over there, but Murph is really flying and firing.
That was amazing stuff up in the chicane, the back straight, because Mark and I looked at each other here because eventually you can't get two cars through there side by side. Somebody had to blink, and there was the huge potential of neither of them yielding it, and that would have been a hell of a mess down there. Here comes James Moffat, fresh tyres on this car. He'll be full rich, but he's got a lot of work to do at the moment.
Up to position 9 for Moffat. Lights are on for car 18. Terrific job. His first ever V8 Supercar race around this circuit. There's Garth Tander, behind him Paul Dumbrell. This is game on. The intensity is incredible. They've gone 93 laps to this stage, on the 94th, and we've got a real fight to the finish.
Watch Murphy on the exit here. It slides right up to that wall, and that's as close as you dare. And then because Frosty had to drive shallow through this next right-hand kink, they're virtually into each other, and then he's just locked the front right on the high, or the low side of the camber, I should say, on the dirty part of the road. Here it is again from above. It's just amazing.
Oh, that is wild. That is, seriously, very, very fast. And the potential for an accident on the way in there is probably the most dangerous spot on the place. And then they have a bump again down at turn 11. And Murphy, who does always, in terms of car position, races very tough. So he pushed him wide, and there's Dumbrell down the inside of Tander. And James Moffat with good tyres. He'll do the crisscross.
Better traction will get him, launch him off the hairpin strongly in the Jim Beam car, and he'll grab Garth here. They're side by side. We'll wait and see what happens. It's going to be another carbon copy of what we saw a few moments ago, but Tander yields and gives him the line. So Moffat continues this great charge. He's up to 8th. Paul Dumbrell put a move on Tander. So these guys are really into it at the moment. Courtney's next in the firing line. He looks like he's sliding around a little bit. Here we go again. Moffat with grip. Dumbrell's at the limit.
Dumbrell has come out really hard from the restart. But Moffat, better rubber underneath him. A lot of confidence, no question.
Which is what you need on this racetrack. Late in the day, Joey Hand watching. If you've got grip, you can use it here in this late phase of the race.
Tander's getting picked off. This is on board with James Moffat alongside Paul Dumbrell, crossing the control line at the main straight. Down to turn 1, Moffat will get the job done. Great work. Gutsy driving. And he forces Paul Dumbrell into a mistake at the chicane. Fabian Coulthard's on the march as well. That's car 61 on the inside at turn 4.
Now the traction that he enjoys off the corner will be very useful for James Moffat here. It'll mean that he's got the kind of momentum you need when you want to attack James Courtney. Up at turn 11 will be a reasonable chance for him to have a look, certainly up in that northern complex. Here we are with Mark Winterbottom. This little battle here involves Murphy, Winterbottom and Kelly's just a little adrift now.
6 laps to go, and he's got to stay on because this keeps him on the podium in terms of Murphy's performance. Down the inside, that's a great pass, Moffat. That's not normally a spot where you'd get that pass done.
And that's what I was talking about, with the ability to use the throttle and drive and launch the car. The corner exit speed's up, so the speed is also up. He's full rich, which we've talked about before, so he's able to pour fuel through that car. There's no conservation for James. There is for some of the others.
Whincup leads by 1.2 seconds over Will Davison, but this is where the battle is. For third, the third step on the podium, Greg Murphy is holding on.
And this is, oh, that's the spot. That's 4 wheels across the curb. And this is the spot.
Deep move from Mark Winterbottom. Murph puts his elbows out, but he cannot stop Frosty this time.
Good pass.
Meantime, Whincup has done the fastest time we've seen this weekend in the race to the end of Sector 1. So look at this. Here comes James now on Rick Kelly. This is for position 5. And don't worry about the fuel setting. It's the tyres that are doing the job here at the moment, because tyre grip is king for him. This is up in the northern end of the circuit where he put the move on last lap on James Courtney. Picks up the throttle early. Doesn't have to be nearly as calculated and concerned as he eases the throttle in. Stephen Johnson, Joey Hand watching. Whincup again, fastest sector split to the second intermediate. He's got a 2-second lead over Will Davison. Look at the traction off the corner. He's able to just bury it. Now he tries to position himself, so he's got the inside run as they make the run down towards turn 1. James Moffat is absolutely flying at the moment. This will take him up to position 5.
And Rick Kelly's going to hang tight and hang tough down to turn 1. Look at this. Oh, Moffat gets it up on 2 wheels. Somehow avoids the wall on the left-hand side of the circuit.
Yeah,
surely he's got to get Rick soon. There's a gaggle here behind them that has got ugliness written all over it. This job is not done yet. Now Moffat comes up alongside him on the back straight. Beach on the right-hand side. This time, he sails through ahead of Rick Kelly. And James Moffat goes up to 5th spot.
Very good, tenacious drive.
And probably Rick has helped him a little bit there, because he knows that straight lining down there in that one complex is not the answer either. It could have been looked at afterwards. Now, while this has all been going on, Whincup's done an 11.6.
And Mark Winterbottom has got around Greg Murphy. So Winterbottom has gone up to 3rd. Will Davison remains in 2nd. Murph is now the next target for James Moffat. He's a couple of seconds back. This one's not done either. Todd Kelly having a look at Paul Dumbrell. There goes Whincup. 2.7 seconds. Will Davison. There's Winterbottom. Murphy. Moffat continuing to charge. Rick Kelly, Fabian Coulthard.
Well, the interesting thing here will be to see whether or not James Moffat can get to Greg Murphy, and if he does he have enough in reserve to be able to...
Oh, big moment.
Into the wall, Garth Tander. And there's damage. There has to be damage to that car. It's wriggling all over the shop. He's trying to get a handle on it. Looks as though it's holding steady for now. Yeah, he'll be furious. So he's in 10th spot. Jonathan Webb's behind him. Michael Caruso's in front of him. Started on the front row of the grid.
James Moffat has done the best split to the 2nd sector on this lap. He's done a 44.6. So he's on target to improve the lap record. Look at this.
2 HRT cars, 2 Fujitsu cars.
Well, he got it from both sides from the Fujitsu car. He got one from the left and then another from the right.
But in lots of ways, he moved it over and there was an overlap. So that's actually, in the end, Garth didn't know where the car was.
Well, there were 2 cars that looked the same in his mirrors.
And
look at this, look at this. Gee, he's made that ground up so quickly. I questioned whether he could do it. He's done it, and he gets it done cleanly down the inside. James Moffat, this is a mega drive.
That's on the back of the fastest lap of the race by James Moffat at 1:11.3.
That's for lap time.
And he has just gone past one of the most experienced men in our championship. And Joey Hand, the American, who did a rock-solid job in his stint, is appreciating this. Like he said, this is Moff-tastic.
This is great, isn't it? Great to see a young guy standing up in the saddle here, and he is going to close up and be a real threat to the back of Mark Winterbottom's car. He's flying, an 11.3 on new tyres, low fuel in this car, plenty of rich mixture to run through the car. He's got the thing absolutely hunting, so not only is it a lap record, he might get on the podium as a result of this.
Right now, he's equalled his best ever race finish in the V8 Supercar Championship. 4th at Queensland Raceway. He moved to this state to be part of the Dick Johnson racing team. He's loving it here in Queensland.
And remember, he come out of the pits in 13th position. So he's come from 13th to 4th and hunting down the back of the podium. Extraordinary drive. He's using every bit of road. That was so close to knocking the left-hand mirror.
No,
and the wheels locked on the way in. He did that last lap also. Fantastic.
11.9 on the last lap, even with it skating around like that. So he's got to be a little bit careful here. But this is terrific. Great to watch. And he's just made another chunk of time on Mark Winterbottom. A couple of tenths in that first sector.
Todd Kelly going past James Courtney. Tim Slade also. That's at the rear end of the top 10. So Kelly now into 13th. This man doing a terrific job at the back end of the race. 2.9 seconds. They had so many dramas with car 888. Not a thing has gone wrong with car 88.
OJ up, 1 to go.
And he's got a 3-second margin. Whincup over Davison. You can see Will in the background with the headlights on, and then it's Mark Winterbottom. And then you'll see the gold Jim Beam Racing Ford Falcon just looming in the background. A couple of laps remaining.
And James Moffat has just done another 111 lap, 111.8. The 3 guys in front of him, 112.2, 112.9, 112.2 again. So he's closing in now on Mark Winterbottom. He can taste his first ever V8 podium.
Yeah, and he's within striking distance, and Murph's having a struggle on these tyres now, as well as Fabian, who's also on younger tyres, puts them to very good use. So don't forget him in the Bundy entry. There's the race leader, and you can see the gap back to Will Davison. So Winterbottom's going to have to get his elbows up high here, because Moffat is coming. It's not only third that he could shake the tree for second here at the moment.
This has been a very important day, though, for Jamie Whincup out in front. 12 months ago was where he really hurt in the championship, and it hurt him to relinquish it and hand it over. He's come here this year and will take the title lead back. After an ultra-professional job from Sebastian Bourdais, Jamie Whincup brings it home and takes the championship lead. Second goes to Will Davison, and Mark Winterbottom will hold on for third.
Drive, mate. Well done. Fantastic drive.
And we stand up and applaud James Moffat for a brilliant drive on the streets of the Gold Coast. That's his teammate Joey Hand.
Stand for the fuel, mate, but far back, mate, far back.
And Sebastian Bourdais had success here in the Indy Series and now in the V8 Supercars series.